is episode 3 of Pitching Pokemon, The Journey of Janice. If you're watching this for the first time, please check the description or the comment section. If you're watching this on YouTube, you will find the link to the playlist for this series of videos. Go back, catch up, and then come back and continue in this episode, because we're going to pick up from where we left off previously, where we've gone through Holden City. You've obtained the second gym badge. You can surf now. And now we proceed west from Holden City onto the second half of Route 5. And on this route, you'll notice that there's not much vegetation now. All the previous routes that you'd have gone through so far, it's been nothing but great weather, lots of vegetation, everything's fine. But from this point, you're now in the northern portion of the region, so the weather is starting to change. Not much vegetation, there's lots of rocks now, because this is like the mountainous portion of the region. So at some point you're going to start noticing there's snow now and lots of ice Pokemon becoming prominent as far as wild appearances are concerned. And even the trainers, this is where you'll find trainers that are on bikes and bicycles, just to give a hint of what's coming up in the next town, because a lot of these NPCs are meant to mention that, oh, this bike, I got it from Rhonda's bike shop, which you'll find in the next town that you'll be headed towards. So at the end of Route 5, you'll arrive in Vera Town. And Vera Town is meant to be like Mahogany Town in the Johto region, this secluded town, this quiet town that's in the mountains. So Vera Town is meant to be like that. It's at the foot of a major mountain in the Petra region, because to the north of Vera Town is Route 6, which is meant to be a mountain path up Mount Frazier. That's the major mountain in the Petra region. So Vera Town is home to Rhonda's bike shop. You go there, you speak to Rhonda, and she will offer Janice a bike if she comes back with the third gym badge. So now you've got an incentive to come back to the bike shop. You've got your mission as well. And also in Vera Town, this is where you'll find Foley's Dojo. Foley is a retired black belt, but he set up this dojo to train younger students into proficient martial artists with their Pokemon as well. And also, he gives away the Rock Smash TM. You will need this in order to proceed through the rest of Route 6. So if you need training, you're meant to go north onto Route 6 and train along the first portion of that route up until you get to the roadblock where there are rocks that you're meant to smash. So you're meant to go through the dojo, defeat the students, you defeat Foley, and then you obtain the Rock Smash TM, unlocking the field move as well. And then after that, you proceed north onto Route 6, which is a mountain path. It's rocky, it's covered in snow, and of course, the weather intensifies along this route because you're now heading up Mount Frazier, so it should be windy, it should be snowy as well, and you're also trying to clear a path up the mountain thanks to having Rock Smash. Now in the story version of Journey of Janice, at some point Janice is overwhelmed by all the wind and the snow, and she collapses up until she is rescued by a delibird, which turns out to be a delibird that belongs to a nurse who comes along and finds Janice, and she accompanies Janice through the rest of the route up to a nurse station. And this is where several nurses have built this station. It's meant to be a rest spot, as well as like a modified Pokemon center where a bunch of nurses, they head out along the mountain to search for any stranded Pokemon, any stranded trainers. And so Janice has been rescued as well. But in the game version, there are some quests that I thought the nurses can give to the players to help them with their work along the mountain. And then afterwards, you get some kind of reward. Also, the egg that you would have received at the daycare. In the story version, this is where the egg hatches. And out of that egg comes out Torchic. And it will very, very important. It will play a role in the next city. So I know maybe some people might not be into having Torchic as the Pokemon that hatches out of the egg, but you'll understand when we get to the next city why I chose Torchic. So from the nurse station, you've reached the end of Route 6, and this is where you'll find the entrance to a tunnel. This is a tunnel through the mountain, Frazier Tunnel. It's meant to be similar in fashion as a dungeon to the Grand Granite, but not as expansive. But again, the point is you come back to explore other areas of the tunnel as you unlock field moves during the game. So this is just another place that players are meant to come back and explore, finding Pokemon and items and other collectibles and stuff. And then beyond the tunnel, you'll arrive at a cable car station. Get into a cable car, and that will take you up to the summit of the mountain. And that's the location of the next city, and that's Fran City. Now, Fran City is home to the third gym, which specializes in fighting types. It's also presented as the City of Champions. Most of the Petra region's champions came from Fran City. So when I thought up of this city, it's meant to be this place where people are very competitive, given that the gym specializes in fighting types. So you're meant to see a lot of fighting Pokemon around. There's just this vibe of competition as well. It could be a location for the competitive scene for trainers. Maybe it's not the Battle Frontier or the facilities that you find in a Battle Frontier, but maybe replicas or not replicas. I'm just trying to find the word. I can't find the word, but I guess they're just meant to be testing grounds where you just go in and experience what it's like to compete in an actual battle facility. So you do see some, placeholder facilities there just for people to compete in. And so the gym leader, Vinny, specializes in fighting types. His dad, he also happens to be a former champion, so you get a chance to meet him. You learn a bit about the history of the city, the Pokemon League, about Vinny as well. And this city is also home to the Petra radio tower. And Vinny, of course, when he's not at the gym, he's got his own radio show that he hosts when he's got the time. So again, you can see some inspiration from, like real life podcasters. You can think of Joe Rogan, for example. So I thought Vinny might fit that kind of character. For the gym, in order to challenge Vinny for the gym badge, you have to compete in a mini tournament against other trainers who have arrived in town to challenge the gym. There are 8 participants in this tournament, and the catch is each participant can only use one Pokemon in this tournament, and that Pokemon has to be a fighting type. So now we come back to Torchic having hatched out of that egg, because in this city, of course, Torchic would come in handy. It evolves into Combusken and eventually Blaziken, which is part fighting type. And Janice is meant to meet one of her friends in this city, Rose, and she's the one who explains how the gym system works in this town. And she helps Janice to train Torchic until it evolves into Combusken. Then Janice can participate in the tournament. Goes to the tournament, wins, and then can now challenge Vinny. And once you can now challenge the gym leader, you can use your regular team as normal, no problem. But just that tournament to qualify for the gym match, it's fighting types only, one Pokemon each. And then there's the Pokémon Research Society. They've got their facility here, and it's led by Professor Wanda Willow, the younger sister of William Willow from Percival City. And this facility, they specialize in studying the ice-type Pokemon that are found around the mountain, in the tunnel, and maybe even as far back as Route 5 and Route 6. So that's what they specialize in. As far as reward for helping them out with their research, I thought maybe she could offer players maybe an ice stone or the shiny charm, any relevant reward that could help out the players. Wanda will award them with that. So that's Fran City. So after you defeat Vinny and you've obtained his badge, you'll receive the rock climb TM. You'll unlock the field move as well. So that means more areas that you can unlock in the Grand Granite and in Frazier Tunnel. So after you're done in Fran City, you come back to Vera Town. You head back to the bike shop. You speak to Rhonda. She'll give you the bike now that you've acquired the gym badge. But when you come back to Vera Town, something is up now. Something is going on. There's some commotion at the dojo. It turns out that now the students are not just fighting with each other, but some ace trainers and some squad cool trainers have shown up as well. You would think maybe they've arrived to challenge Foley for the rock smash TM. But now all of a sudden they are fighting each other and people are wondering what's going on. Why are they fighting? And it turns out, of course, that more individuals from that mysterious psychic type group, they are in town. And again, they've started another distraction while they are searching for another fragment. But their search doesn't last very long because Andre, the leader of Ace Team, Malcolm, the leader of Squad Cool, and Templeman, the former investigator and the current water essential, they arrive in town. And Templeman he manages to find these individuals and apprehend them, while Andre and Malcolm, they are meant to work together with Janice to bring the peace to the dojo and deal with those trainers that have been manipulated into fighting each other. So once that incident has been taken care of, Templeman will return to the Pokemon League with the individuals that he has apprehended. And this is where now we get another clue as to who these people are. They identify themselves as members of the Third Eye. And even though they've been apprehended and, their mission has been put to a halt, there are many other members that they hint at. So they'll just simply carry on with whatever mission that they've got on, and they'll just pick up from where their ancestors ended. That's another hint as well as to what they're up to, something involving ancestors, either of this group, the rest of the region, we don't know. But at least that's something now. We've got a name of this group. So at least they've been identified as the Third Eye. So that's where this particular event comes to an end. And now that you've got the bike, you can proceed south of Vera onto the northern half of Route 7, which is meant to be the highway road, this region's version of cycling road in the Kanto region. The only difference being that it's not a downhill road like in Kanto. You can cycle normally, no problem. So that's what we'll pick up from in the next episode. So you look forward to it. Route 7. Anyway, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening to this episode. Look forward to recording the next one. So look forward to it. Take care.